Good evening, I'm meteorologist Karen Williams, and as you can see by our satellite radar, there's no activity to speak of. What we do have is we have some breezy conditions out there, and although it was a pleasant day, we expect to have a quiet weather pattern in the week ahead. We may see a little bit of a shower on Monday night. I'll have your full forecast coming up as the Delta News at 10 weekend edition starts right now.
News that works for you. This is the Delta News at 10.
Well, Denise, outside our studios right now, we have clear skies. It is a little chilly out there, but it won't be chilly for long. We will also have an extra little shot of some showers to just kind of sprinkle in on our Monday. I'll have your full forecast after the break. As we look at our satellite radar, there's nothing to talk about because skies are clear. We're dominated by high pressure at this time, and it's feeling quite like it should be feeling for this time of the year. Now, as we advance a little bit further, we're looking at our sunrise time at 7:06 a.m. and it will set at 5:07 p.m. for your Monday. And then for your out the door forecast, we will have clouds and sun by 9 a.m., 48 degrees, and we'll keep the clouds and sun by 1 p.m., 62 degrees, and we'll have broken skies for 5 p.m., 60 degrees. Now, looking at your almanac, we had a high temperature today, 65 and 64 respectively. We started out at 34 and 32. The record temperature nowhere near that, 76 degrees and 76 again for both 1997 and 2005. And it was an old 11 degrees in 1928 and 13 for 1999, and no precip to speak about. Our low temperatures tonight will be in the upper 30s to low 40s. We're looking at Clarksdale at 38 degrees. Batesville will be at 37, and we have quite a few rounds of 40s with Grenada and Carrollton and Kosciuszko at 40 degrees, Chula at 43, Indianola at 42, 41 for McGee and Lake Village. Now, as we put our futurecast into motion here, it won't be as cold tomorrow morning as it was today. We'll start out in about the mid 40s, which is kind of typical for this time of the year. And then by Tuesday, we'll go up a little bit in the mid 40s to start. And then those temperatures throughout the day will be in the mid 60s. And the further south you go, you'll be looking at the 70s. Looking at the 24-hour difference, you can see 21 degrees warmer in Monticello than what it was yesterday, 17 degrees warmer in Monroe. We're going to put the future tracker into motion. You're not going to see a whole lot. You just see the winds coming up out of the south. That's what you're going to see for the most part. And then as we go a little bit further here, as we advance a little bit further here, you see a few winds getting ready to shift out of the north, but then they're going to shift again up from the south. And this was the little disturbance, the little wave that I was telling you about for Monday. It's going to be a quick little shower that will be to the east, and then things will dry out for the rest of the week. We're going to be in that quiet pattern until about the end of the week, and that's when we can expect our next weather maker to move in. We're going to put our radar and clouds into motion. We have a frost advisory in parts of Florida. That's that high pressure that's off to the coast. And then we're going to travel up to the mid-Atlantic. They're going to see a snow squall there. That's why you see all that white and that blue there. That's what they're going to have to deal with. And then we go out to the middle of the country. All is quiet there because high pressure is lock, stock, and in control. As we go out to California, there's a few little showers there and some more advisories that are down to the south, but they will see another system to move in later, about Tuesday. Current temperatures around the nation, pretty typical for January, 31 for Omaha and 41 for St. Louis. Next chance for rain, the biggest chance will be on Thursday and Friday, mainly Friday. That's going to be our washout along with part of the weekend Saturday. Looking at that Yazoo River level at Greenwood, you notice the levels are slowly creeping up there, but the projection is at 30.3 feet. And then for the Mississippi River level, we are going to see a short spike there at 41.9. That is the projection for Friday. Now, looking at your forecast, we're mainly clear, not as cold, 42 degrees. And then for tomorrow we'll have some sun, and we're going to be mixing with breezy conditions, 63 degrees. We'll have the occasional gust out of the east. And then for that 7-day forecast, it's going to shape up like this. It's going to be pretty dry for the most part. For the most part, it's going to be pretty dry. Take my word for it. And we're going to try this the old-fashioned way here. Just bear with me here, folks. We're going to do this right now. Maybe not, but take my word for it here. Let me step back and just try it again here. We're going to try it one more time here. One more time. Maybe not. This is the first time this is really happening. Ta-da! There we go. We have mostly sunny skies. It will be breezy throughout the middle of the week. The next system will be moving in on Thursday. And boy, we're going to have a washout on Friday, 69 degrees for the most part. But we are pretty typical for January, Denise. That's a first.
Yeah, I mean, that was kind of rough. I mean, the weather forecast, in my opinion, looks wonderful, but that was just an experience right there for you today.
Folks at home, if you would have saw what I was doing back here, you would have been laughing too.
All right, thank you so much, Karen, for that update. Now to this. Flooding can be a threat to any day of the I'm sorry, I'm still laughing about that. Any day of the year. Meteorologist Karen Williams shows us how we can stay safe.
Sometimes floods develop slowly, and forecasters can have a general idea when these floods will happen, days or even when it occurs at all. Oftentimes, those flash floods can occur within minutes and sometimes without any sign of rain at all. Now, what we have here is some tips that you want to keep in mind when a flood watch or warning is issued. First off, you want to know your risk. Are you in a floodplain? Secondly, check your insurance for coverage of flooding. And you also want to clear storm drains of any debris that's in the way. So if you see any trash that's in the inlet there, you want to kind of shovel that out so water can be freestanding and just flow right through the grates. And then you want to charge your electronic devices in case of an emergency. Now, the next thing you want to consider is to know the difference between a watch and a warning. A flash flood watch are just saying that things are favorable for flooding. So you want to be prepared. Now, if it's issued a warning, that's the key thing. If it's a warning, that means you need to take imminent action. It means you need to get out of that area and get to higher ground. So keep that in mind. And the all-important thing that you really want to remember is this. Heavy rainfall can lead to rapid water rises in low-lying areas. And with rivers too, you got to keep that in mind. 6 inches of water, that's just 6 inches, will just knock you off your feet. 12 inches, the other thing will happen with that. Cars and SUVs can float away. They can be easily swept away. And then if you have 18 inches of water, the thing that you have to really keep in mind is that's a level of a tractor trailer or a train. That can be swept away as well. So you have to keep in mind, whenever it's a flood like this, turn around, don't drown. That's the key thing you have to remember. Now remember, being prepared can also save your life. Knowing what to do before, during, and after a flood will increase your chances of survival. So keep those things in mind, and then that will keep you safe. I'm meteorologist Karen Williams. So you definitely want to stay informed and try to avoid those floodwaters, avoid the disaster areas, and heed all road closure signs. They're there for a reason. They're there for your safety.
All right, thank you so much, Karen. We'll be right back.